on? What's happening?
Questions for Chris?
Yeah, Chris, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. How you doing?
What's going on? Long time no see.
Long time.
Right? You ain't got to
Hey.
say your name.
You're going to get a bad reputation treating me like that. Anyway, what's it like for you being back? It's got to be strange. You've been on a contender 5-6 years. Now you're coming to a team that doesn't really know what it is. Tell us your thoughts about joining the Thunder.
I'm excited. Definitely different being back. I had an opportunity to start my career here in 2005, so blessed and fortunate to be back. Actually got to see a guy, David, at the top of the ramp, who was still working here when I was a rookie. You know what I mean? So just to see him again, seeing a lot of familiar faces has been really cool.
Chris, coming in, what do you see as your main role, especially with such a young team?
To hoop, play basketball. I'm excited. You know, it's funny because a lot of people try to tell your truth or try to tell your story and say what you want and all this different type stuff. But I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm excited about our team and excited about building.
Chris, you said that you feel better physically than you have throughout your career. What changes did you make and what's led you to feel that way?
A few changes here and there. You know what I mean? You're just always trying to evolve, always trying to learn, get better. And that's what I tried to do this summer. And like I said, I'm excited. The training staff has been amazing since day one, since the trade happened. So I'm excited about hooping.
Chris, talked to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a few weeks ago, and he said that one of the things that he really loves about your game is just your understanding of the geometry of floor spacing and just of the game in general. Just in your limited time with him, then as a competitor last year in those few games you guys played, do you see similar potential in him to see the floor like you do?
Shai can play. I was a fan of his while he was at the Clippers, and I actually still, probably contrary to popular belief, I have a lot of friends that still work within the Clippers organization. So especially Jason Powell, the head trainer. I don't want to get him in trouble, but I talk to him all the time. But JP and even Sam Cassell used to rave to me about Shai all the time, and I used to tell him I used to love watching him hoop. And it was crazy. I actually saw him at Summer League after he had been traded, and I was telling him, I'm excited for you. I love to watch you play, and we talk. Who would have knew a week later we'd be teammates? So I'm a fan of his, and I'm excited about the opportunity to watch him, but also to play with him.
How is the focus different from this year as opposed to past years in your career?
It doesn't change. Man, I tell you, I am who I am. I'm excited about our team. We gonna go out to win every single night. I always say, unless they start playing where you can put 7 other guys on the court, or 8 guys on the court, not 5, then we're in trouble. But I'm excited about what we have.
Chris, Eric Horn, the Oklahoman. How do you feel about your tenure in Houston? Y'all obviously had a lot of success, but then, on the way out, reports of you and James and how you guys kind of, clashed on court. How do you feel about how the way things ended in Houston?
It's tough. I enjoyed my 2 years there. It was amazing. Had some unbelievable opportunities, made some great relationships, but it's business. Things happen. I wish them nothing but the best, and like I said, people always try to tell your story or try to tell your truth, but I have to be who I am, and continue to do that, and I think everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, Chris, you're 34. You're 34.
Sheesh.
I'm 58, so you're fine. How tough is it to keep playing at the level you're playing? You don't look like your game's fallen much, if any. How long will you be able to keep doing this, playing at the elite level you have?
It's competition. I think that's the thing that fuels me is competition, and always trying to get better, always trying to pay attention, seeing how I can improve. I got an unbelievable team around me, people who try to help me day in and day out. But it's the competition of it, and having the opportunity to have a number of really good friends who did it for a long time too. I got a chance to see D Wade, Melo, and you see Bron at year 17 and how he is. So having that I had veterans I played with like Chauncey Billups. I played with Grant Hill his last year. So you're always just trying to figure out ways. I eat a lot different now than I did when I used to go ride out to Southern Nazarene for practice every day. But it's just all about learning and evolving.
Chris, Ed Murray from OETA. You talked about happy to be back. What do you remember about your first stay here in Oklahoma City? We all had the famous Charles Barkley, "Do you have cows in your backyard?" thing. But what do you remember your first journey here in Oklahoma City?
Man, it was a lot. You got to remember, my first time ever leaving Winston-Salem, North Carolina, was coming here to Oklahoma. And the fans were unreal, unbelievable. And, me and my brother had a house out in Edmonton. I used to eat Charleston's every day pregame, but it's amazing to see, how much the city's changed. Coming here to play on opposing teams, it's just certain stuff you remember. Like, we used to come out to the same song, it's the prayer before the game, but to see the community and the people, that's what I always said is, the people here, the fans here make this city what it is. And, it's crazy how life comes full circle. Now I got kids. I have 2 kids, and, to bring them out here, they came out here this weekend to see me, them and my wife. It's cool to give them perspective because, it changes.
Chris, like you said, you've been here before, but you weren't here when Sam. You haven't been here since Sam Presti's been the GM.
Right.
So I'm just curious, what have the communication between you and him been like, and what have your impressions been of him thus far?
Man, it's been great. Sam has been amazing. Him, everybody, Donnie Strike, everybody within the organization, just asking if my family needs anything. They have helped out tremendously, so I'm extremely grateful for that. And the dialogue's been really good.
Hey, Chris. Danielle Dwyer, Fox 25 Sports, all the way back here.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of piggybacking off the question before, coming back, have you had a chance to kind of get around the city? How have you seen it change since you were here the first time? And what memories maybe come back to you from when you were here the first time?
I haven't got around the city quite yet. I went to an escape room with my kids yesterday, and I went to go see Abominable, something like that, at the movie theater. So it's a lot different. When I was here, it was just me and my brother, and now it'll just be me here with my family coming to visit as much as possible. I won Rookie of the Year here, and it was funny. We were shooting today at the gym, and somebody asked me something about Oklahoma, and who was it, Dennis? Dennis didn't even know that I lived here for my first 2 years, but I don't know if that's dating me or what's happening, but to see the familiar faces is really cool, and I'm excited for, like my parents to come to a game or whatnot, because this was home for 2 years.
A few more questions. Go ahead, Eric.
Chris, kind of piggybacking on what Barry was talking about in terms of health, you have friends in the league who are obviously into the load management, whether it's LeBron or other guys. Yeah, where do you see the future of players in terms of load management and balancing that with wanting to play a lot and being competitive, but also having to be worried about your health as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak for anyone else. Everyone has their own thing, their own routine, and it's something that I know I'll discuss with our team here. But coming from a perspective of knowing that I've been injured before, I just know that whenever I do have the opportunity to play, I enjoy playing, because you get perspective when you're injured and you can't play, so that when I'm able to play, I want to play. So like I said, I can't speak for anyone else, but it's nothing like hooping. Nothing like hooping. So.
Hey, Chris, you talked about the change in your diet. What steps are you taking to ensure, because you're on a plant-based diet, so what steps are you taking to ensure that you have enough protein to help out with muscle recovery as the season goes on?
I was blessed and fortunate to executive produce a documentary movie called Game Changers. Go watch it. It's a nice little plug. I appreciate you. Come out first, I think October 1st. Go check it out. Right. On iTunes, go check it out.